Welcome back to another episode of the Real Work podcast. Real Work explores the grit and strategy behind how we choose to spend our time and energy. Hi, everybody. I am Jennifer Tarle, and today I am going to be joined again by my husband, Rob Pakulski, as we continue our conversation about embracing AI. So join me in welcoming back Rob. Hey, Rob. Good morning. How are you?
Hello, so good to be back. I look forward to it.
Always good to see you. So where we left it last time, we were talking about AI is becoming a skill, much like email, that you just need to know how to do it. And so I wanted to kind of give our audience just some tips. I hear from so many people like, I'm so afraid of this. I don't know what to do. So talk to me a little bit about AI literacy and like what you need to know right now just to kind of get going.
And the good news on this is we've seen major technical revolutions in the past. So we kind of know how this pattern works. Is when it first gets introduced, it's very confusing.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different tools. And the easiest thing to do is just wait it out and say, I'm just not going to get involved until either my boss or somebody else tells me what to do. So my suggestion is instead of doing that, my suggestion is get started on
Mhm.
doing something. There, you can study things and you can listen and read, but there's nothing like just jumping in and trying something. So that's
Yeah.
going to be my big thing. Is you do have to jump in and start doing things. Then you will learn the pros and the cons and where we are in the cycle on things being introduced, where things are hyped up, where they're underhyped. You'll be able to figure that out. But that's going to be my big suggestion: is choose something and get started.
Okay. So last week you were talking about like using AI as like Google in some ways. So a lot of people don't even know, how do you get to AI? Is it like something you download on your computer? Can you like walk me through, literally, for someone who's never done this, what do you do?
Yes, so there'll be some obvious ones that are easy to get started with, and then some other models and platforms that you have to put a little effort into. So here's the good news. If you are a Microsoft Stack user, so if you have for email, if you have Outlook, if you use PowerPoint, if you have Microsoft Office 365, which most big companies do, you will probably already have Copilot.
Okay.
So you can start using Copilot if you have that. Now, you may have to sign up separately for it, but if you're at a company that has this, that's going to be there.
Okay.
So that's going to be Microsoft Copilot. Very easy to get started with if you have that. Now, if you're a Google user,
So excuse me
you know,
one second. Where do you see that in your Microsoft world?
yes, it'll actually be up on there. Usually it's on the upper right. It'll have a little thing that says Copilot or it has a
Got it.
little logo. And you'll
Okay, got
start
it.
to see this in different places. You'll start to see people having their little logo, like Ask Copilot
Ah, I
or
see.
something like
Okay.
that. So you'll start to
Mhm.
see them get embedded because
Okay.
most of these companies want you to start using their AI platform. So
And
they'll make it easy for you.
embedded, I'm sorry to interrupt again. Embedded means just included on your desktop at work, correct?
Correct. You'll start
Okay.
noticing it's there. You'll just
Okay,
start
got it.
noticing, hey,
Okay.
what is
Mhm.
this new icon I haven't seen before? And it's there.
Okay, got it.
So, number one, Microsoft, again, especially at work, a lot of people have what's called the Microsoft stack. All that means is you have a stack of software from Microsoft. So,
Yeah.
it's generally going to be Outlook for email, PowerPoint for your PowerPoint, then Excel for your spreadsheet. So, a whole stack of tools that you'll use. So, that's usually an easy place to start.
So a stack is
Or
just a group of things from one vendor.
correct. So
Okay.
you'll have your email, your spreadsheets, a database, a document repository, all from Microsoft.
Got it.
Uh,
Okay.
a lot of companies will have it. They'll subscribe to the Microsoft stack of software.
Got it.
Now,
Okay.
in your personal life, or some people at work, will have the Google stack. So that's
Okay.
something that we're used to. That you will have Gmail account,
Right.
another very common email. Or you might use Google as your search engine. So you go to Google and you search it up. You may have an account that's already set up with Google. You'll
Hmm.
use their browser, which is Chrome, and you'll use other software stacks within them. Now, theirs is Gemini. So Gemini will be there just like Copilot. That will be there if you already have a Google account. It will be there embedded, similar to Copilot.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to say, yes, I want to start using this, but you'll see it. Little things will come up, say, ask Gemini. If you
Hmm.
do a Google search, you'll start to see things saying summarized by Gemini or summarized by AI. Google's trying to help you with that transition
Okay.
because they want you to start using this.
Got it. So to summarize, for those of us, that was me. I didn't even know where to like go to find it. And like now I see it more places. So to get super simple, if you open a browser and a browser is Chrome, Safari, I'm trying to think of some other ones, you can just enter into that Google Gemini or Chat GPT, and then that will just bring it up for you and you can like select it and then start using it. And what about on your phone? What are your options now if you want to use this on your phone? Do you still go to your browser or can you get an app?
You can definitely get an app for this.
Okay.
So you can definitely, first of all, I did want to make sure that I differentiate ChatGPT, which is kind of like the OG. I mean, this is kind of like the
Yeah.
original
Hmm.
general use AI that came out that a lot of people started using.
Hmm.
That is not specifically in one specific vendor stack. Or
Okay.
so that you go to chatgpt.com and you can follow the directions to be able to sign up for that. Great place to start for general purpose. If you just want a
Okay.
general purpose AI,
Hmm.
you just want to ask it things, it is very good for general purpose discussions, general purpose research.
Okay.
Really still good. It's operated by a company called OpenAI, but ChatGPT is one of the original ones on this as far as being able to use it.
Okay.
Now, just like in email when it first came out, this is still getting figured out. Like, who's going to be the dominant platform? We didn't
Hmm.
know that like when the internet first came out. Who's going to be the dominant one? You never would have thought, is it going to be Google? Google wasn't even giant at the time. So it's like
Hmm.
you don't know what's going to happen. And so there's a bunch of different models just like that. My suggestion though is if you do try out some of the most established ones, which is either ChatGPT, uh, which is again one of the originals, been out there the
Hmm.
longest time,
Hmm.
or Gemini with Google, or Copilot with Microsoft, whatever's the easiest for you to get started with. Those are
Okay.
the easiest to be able to get started with. Now, there is something as well called Claude, which if you are a tech person, you will know about
Yeah. We
because
hear a lot about this. I get a lot of questions about this.
yeah, Claude is really leaning into assisting people who do coding or people who are technical. But it
Hmm.
also has a lot of other capabilities. Um, but it's getting to be very popular, especially with the technology side of things. It's funded by a company called, or part of a company called Anthropic.
Okay.
And so that is something to be able to know that that's out there as well as a very well funded model. And again, these all do things a little bit different from each other, but they're all trying to do basically the same thing, which is help you be an assistant as you do things.
So can I use not Chat GPT, can I use Claude or is that just for like really technical people?
No, you could definitely use Claude. So Claude,
Okay.
if you do download Claude, so
Hmm.
you can either download it on your phone or you can go into your browser and
Okay.
start using it. Uh,
Hmm.
and then you can get to understand each of these AI platforms have a different feel to them. They have a
Hmm.
different way of communicating with you, and you're going to like, and some you won't. Uh, and they are changing rapidly, but you'll find out what's good for you versus not. So for me, just to give an example, I'm way into the Google stack. We use YouTube extensively. I use
Hmm.
Google search extensively.
Hmm.
Gemini is a really easy one for us then. because it can help us with analytics on YouTube because
Yeah.
Google owns YouTube. So it's
Hmm.
very easy. But if you're at work or at home and you have the Microsoft stack, it might be just great for you to start using Copilot because it is already very well embedded in your tools. But if you do want to try out the original one that's still out there is ChatGPT. That's still going way strong. So that is
Yeah.
way strong. You might want to know what that's about. You can always try that.
Okay.
And I know some of your people have said before, well, do I have to give my email to sign up?
Yes.
So
Hmm.
some of them is yes, you do. Now, if you're in general, you do. If you're very concerned about it knowing you, though, set up a different email and use that as your AI email. You can do it that way if you want. Uh, However, you'll find out that the AI gets better the more it knows about you. So the more you use it, the better it is. So it's something that it does get to know you. It gets to know your
So it kind of
preferences.
learns. Hmm.
Yes, it remembers what you did 2 months ago, so it doesn't have to ask you again. So
Okay. I do want to stop there because I think I hear from a lot of people that they don't want like the AI to know too much about them, but it basically knows what you tell it and that you give it permission to have. It's not like it just goes out into your computer and looks at all of your files, correct? It's
that is
only
correct.
getting what you tell it in the system, or if you give it permission to look at something like your YouTube analytics or something like that. So, just give me a few quick things on that to kind of help people calm down a little bit.
So I always find out one of the first good prompts if you want to know what it knows about you is you can type right in or voice it in. What do you know about me?
Okay, and
Ask
let's
it
pause there
directly.
too. What is a prompt?
So a prompt is what you basically are typing into the little text window, the little
Okay.
the box that's there. Sometimes called the chat window, the
Okay.
context window. So it's basically a chat box. That's all it is.
Okay.
So you can type it in. Tell me what you know about me, and it'll
Okay.
tell you what it knows. A lot of it is from different sources, but unless you give it access to files or anything you have, it will not know a ton about you other than is in the public domain. So other than it is publicly out about you. But it's
So, is
always a
that
good
what you
first
mean
question to
by
ask is what does it
sources?
know about you?
Is that what you mean by sources?
Source other things on the internet
Okay.
that people can get to, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on a website that you've clicked
Okay.
into, anything that somebody can publicly get to
Okay.
find out information about you.
Got it. Okay. So, what is the same? What is in common when you're using the different tools or the different AI platforms or the different chat bots? They're basically all the same thing. What is the same in each of these systems? So you were talking about sort of this literacy and that you're going to need to use email. And like I can use, Microsoft email, I can use Hotmail, I can use Gmail, and they're all kind of the same. So what is the same in these different things that we're using for AI? Like
So
ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. What's the same?
what's generally the same is the user interface or how you interact with it, which is right now mostly through this chat window for the most
Okay.
part. And so whether you download Claude or look at or use Copilot or Gemini, they'll look about the same. There'll be this
Okay.
window up and it says, "Hey, what do you want me to do?" And
And
so
the
you
window is literally like a little box.
yeah, it's a little box. So
Like
that's
it's a
it. Yep.
little box that you can type in, right? Okay.
Yep. You can
Hmm.
either type in or have a little microphone that you can do your voice to the text.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so they all have voice to text as well, which
Hmm.
is great, especially if you have a mobile device
Yes.
and you
Hmm.
just want to talk to it as you're
Hmm.
moving along. So if you're in a museum and you see something by Renoir, you can say, "Tell me more about this Renoir painting from whatever." You don't have to type it in, and then it'll tell you. If you see some people sometimes walking around just talking, they may not be on the phone as far as
Hmm.
having a phone call. They might be interacting with their AI platform, the AI agent. They might be
Okay.
doing that at the time.
Okay. And then please talk a little bit about, like, you're talking about you can talk into the microphone and talk with this. Basically, that means you're writing into the little box. What about with photos? What can you do with a photo? Tell me.
Okay, so there's a lot of fun. First of all, the photo stuff can be crazy fun
Well, let's
because
just do like an easy one. Let's start easy. What can we do? Like, you're at the museum and you see a photo. What can
yes,
you do? Or you see
you
a,
can
a painting,
easily
I'm sorry.
yes, you can easily take a picture on your
Mhm.
phone of that painting and then paste it into just
Mhm.
right in that check. Right, there'll be a place you can put it right in. It'll be pretty obvious, and say, "Tell me about this."
Okay,
And
great.
it'll be able to identify usually what it is. If it's something common, tell me more about it. Or it may ask you, well, where did you find this? What is it about? So you can ask questions about anything that you take a photo of, or have some document that you can put into it. But it is interesting that you can take photos of things and ask about that photo.
Okay, so interesting. So interesting. Okay. So I feel like we've gotten through a ton today, and I don't want to overwhelm people. I kind of want to make this a series because I know a lot of people are kind of, they want to learn this and they want to use it, but it's also a tiny bit scary. So let's give some homework. I want you to tell our listeners what are 3 things they need to do with one of these tools. And let's just do ChatGPT and Gemini. I feel like those are like the big ones that everyone's kind of talking about. So I'm going to start with, okay, everybody today, go onto your browser and either type it in and pull it up and just like take a look at it, or download it as an app on your phone. So that is your first action item. Rob, what should they do next?
So that's number one is you have it. Number two, think of a problem you have. Whether it be I have a railing that needs to be fixed outside of my house, or the washing machine is making a noise, or I have too many emails, anything like that.
Okay.
And then type into it something that would help you solve that. Say, ask it. I have a deck outside and it's got a railing that's not working. What would you recommend I do? Try to use it to help you solve an actual problem that you
Okay. I
so
love
that
that.
is a good way I would say. You can ask other general things, but in my opinion, if there's a specific problem you want to be solved, it's a great place to start. Is
Okay.
help me solve this problem. What would you recommend I do?
Okay. I love that. And then number 3, what should people do? Something kind of fun. Like, not a
Yes,
problem, but like let's do something that's like kind of fun and crazy.
yes. So there are many fun things you can do. So within Gemini, I was able to we have a dog, a 9-pound dog that's uh, just a lot of fun,
Peppa,
and we know
she's the
she likes.
best. She's
Yeah,
sleeping
Peppa
over
likes to
here.
chase
Yeah.
deer all
Mhm.
around. So we did ask it to. Basically, I uploaded a picture of Peppa, took a
Mhm.
picture of Peppa, and I said, put her in a superhero costume, protecting the house from deer because she likes to chase the deer away.
Yes. Mhm.
What a fun! I mean, just those types of fun things.
Okay.
So that's something fun you can do from an image generation standpoint, and it
Okay.
shows you what you can do if you get it started with something, and then it can
Okay.
go anywhere from there.
Okay. If you have that picture, send it to me. I'm going to post it. So, 3 things to do. Number 1, download either ChatGPT or Gemini as an app on your phone or your iPad, or go to your browser. You can do this right now while you're watching and just type in Gemini or ChatGPT and then just look at the interface, as Rob calls it, which I call it the page, which is my non-technical term. And then number 2, ask it to help you solve a problem. Maybe something is broken. Maybe you don't know how to change the ink on your printer. Maybe your screen is frozen on your iPhone. What do you do? And then last, and I think the most fun, is ask it to make a picture with your dog. I think that's a great one. I also said, make a picture of me, Jennifer Tarle, with everything you know about me. And it was unbelievable because it pulled in my YouTube channel because I have a big presence online there. And I have to say, it made me look amazing. So, it's good for your ego as well. All right. Well, Rob, this was so great. So, everyone, please let us know your questions in the YouTube comments. And if you're listening to this on one of the podcast platforms, you can head over to YouTube to ask us questions as well. Thank you so much, Rob. This was so much fun. Any parting thoughts before we go?
I know you asked some of your users or your clients have asked, what's this going to look like in 5 years? And
Yes.
the answer is no one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows. It's early days. But
Mhm.
I do think, like, if it looks like with any other technology, it is going to be groupings of folks who know how to use the technology,
Yeah. Hmm.
to be able to direct the technology. And it's either that group or it's going to be a group who waits to get told what to do with the technology.
Hmm.
And my suggestion would be it's just easier to learn how to use the technology first
Yeah.
than waiting to be told what to do. And also you can make your own decisions up as far as what do you think is good about it or bad about it or what it's useful for, unused or not useful, is you can make up your own mind because you've actually used it. So to me, there's the big difference of reading about it, studying it, and actually doing it. So my suggestion to everybody, actually do it so that you're well informed, and then you can make your own decisions from there.
Okay. Sounds great. All right, Rob. Always a pleasure. And thanks everyone for being here. We'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.